Hello, you are listening to another episode of Fort Riley the Podcast. My name is Jennifer James with Garrison Public Affairs. On this week's episode, we are with Fort Riley's Installation Anti-Terrorism Officer Tim Morgan to talk about August as Anti-Terrorism Awareness Month. Welcome, Tim.
Hey, JJ.
So, what is Anti-Terrorism Awareness Month?
Well, JJ, it's a month of where heightened awareness and vigilance are instilled Army-wide to prevent terrorist attacks and protect the Army's critical resources from acts of terrorism. Also, the Army dedicates and reinforces anti-terrorism throughout the year by doing quarterly themes and messages across the installation, and it also partners with local communities to increase awareness amongst the civilian population.
So you mentioned civilians. If I'm a civilian and I don't live on the installation, why is anti-terrorism awareness something that I should be concerned with?
Well, that's a great question, JJ. So one thing I've learned since I've been here is that, a lot of people around in the Flint Hills region around Fort Riley, even though they might not be directly associated with Fort Riley, they're often indirectly associated. Either they have, family members that work on the installation or associated with the installation, friends, or they do business with or on the installation. The soldiers and families and civilians directly associated with Fort Riley often live and are part of the communities outside of the installation. So really, it's a community-wide effort to prevent terrorism attacks, not just on Fort Riley, but anything in the area.
That's great. Okay, so that leads me to the Army's iWatch program. I understand that that's similar to neighborhood watch programs. Okay, tell me a little bit about Army's iWatch.
Yeah, so iWatch, it started in LA years ago. Really, it's kind of evolved and the Army adopted it, but it's the Army's version of, like you said, a neighborhood watch program, but it's focused on the threat of terrorist activity. It encourages and empowers the Army community and the communities in the Flint Hills region to identify and report suspicious behavior associated with terrorist activity. And the motto speaks for itself, JJ. If you see something, say something. You never know what piece of information you have that might help the authorities put together a puzzle and stop a terrorist attack. So even if it's something you're not sure you should report, go ahead and put it on there. It wouldn't hurt. You never know if it's a piece of a puzzle.
So I can do this anonymously, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's completely anonymous. So, obviously, a lot of times, law enforcement would be the first and best option for reporting, but this is a way to report something anonymously. There's no, unless you put your name on it, there's no way to know who made the report or whatever.
Okay, so how do I go about reporting it anonymously?
Well, the easiest way is to go to the Fort Riley homepage and go to the bottom, in the very front, just scroll down to the bottom and you'll see a big giant iWatch banner there. Click on it and the report form will come up and you can submit it online.
And it's not traceable. Nobody knows it's me spying on my neighbors.
No. It's completely anonymous. And, the information goes to the authorities and, they make the determination on how to investigate or follow up with it, but they won't follow up with you.
Okay, so if I'm going to be vigilant, whether I'm on the installation or off the installation, and I'm looking for suspicious behavior, what kind of behavior am I looking for?
Well, really anything that seems out of place. So, any surveillance, particularly around the installation, if you're driving by Fort Riley and you see somebody out filming the gates, except for you, JJ, I know you might be out there filming, but...
You never know what I'll be filming.
But, you see somebody filming or taking pictures of the gates, that might be something you want to alert, call the police, alert the authorities, or make an iWatch report. Someone taking pictures of building entrances and exit areas, and they don't look like they should be there. It's just kind of odd that they're doing that, Someone seeking information, they're kind of probing for information like, hey, you work at Fort Riley every day. How do you get in the gate? What do you do? Things like that. And then, obvious things like suspicious packages left somewhere, and suspicious or unusual behavior at work. Those are all things that would be, good to report.
Oh, that is great. That's some really good tips. Okay, so Anti-Terrorism Awareness Month is in August, but it's something that we can do year-round.
Yeah, absolutely.
We can report it anonymously through the iWatch program link that's on the Fort Riley homepage.
Yep.
And this includes everybody in the community, whether you live on the installation, work on the installation, or just in one of the surrounding communities around the installation.
Yeah, that's very important to emphasize, JJ, because, you might see this suspicious activity, and it might not even be directed towards Fort Riley. It might be directed at another facility or activity or event in the region, in the greater Flint Hills region, so you never know.
Oh, that is great information. Tim, is there anything else you would like to add today?
No, I just really appreciate it. And, just remind everybody to stay vigilant out there.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time. This was some great information, and I can't wait to get it out to the community. You have a great day.
You too. Thanks, JJ.
And for more information on the Army's iWatch program, please visit home.army.mil/Riley. This has been Jennifer J.J. James with your Fort Riley podcast. Have a great week.